Everyone, welcome to Sketchaday Live. A little bit earlier than the last few days. We're just gonna jump right into it and start drawing. I'm using an iPad Pro today, so if you are watching on Instagram, you'll want to make sure you tune in. Why would you do that? Well, got my dongle here. We're dangling the dongle. You get the better output, but if you want to hang out here, that's totally cool. Totally cool. All right, it's up to you guys, but you know what? For me, I wouldn't watch on my tiny phone, but that's just me. Maybe I'm just weird. All right. Happy, what day is it? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday to everyone. So we're just going to draw and chat today. Let me make sure I got everything up. Got the Discord here as well. All right. Now we're transported magically to iPad land. I can't seem to get the right position on my camera. Sorry about that. Maybe it's just I keep shifting how I sit. All right, so the theme this week is favorite things. So we're going to be drawing favorite things today. I'm going to kick off with one of my favorite things, and it is transportation related. So favorite cars, whatever, concepts, things like that. That's what we're focusing on, Transportation Tuesday. I'm just going to use some of the default brushes here. This is Adobe Fresco, for those that are curious. It's a free app on the iPad Pro and other mobile products like the Wacom Mobile Studio Pro. You can probably barely hear me. Sorry about that. How's the audio today? I'm trying to adjust on my little mixer here, so let's see. Should be a lot better now. It shouldn't be as. What's up, Chris? I am so sorry, but I'm glad you got the note. It's been insane. I'll just say that it's been insane, but you are not forgotten. I'm glad you got the stuff. Why not Procreate? Why Procreate? Why not draw with other things too? It doesn't really matter what you draw with. It's how you draw. At least that's what I like to think. So whatever you want to use, this one's free. I don't have to worry about backing up my files either because they're backed up to Creative Cloud and near instantly accessible on my desktop. So if I want to work between my desktop, tablet, I can actually, there's a Fresco for iPhone available now. So if I want to do some stuff there, I can do that. Which I've been meaning to try out sketching on my tablet, or not my tablet, my iPhone 12 Pro. Anyhow, just doing some little warm-ups here. I just got done working out, so I gotta make sure my mind's right. This will probably be a longer stream too. I'll probably go for about 2.5 hours or so. What's my opinion on Photoshop for the iPad Pro? It seems fine. I mean, it's limited in some ways, but I do know the development team. I know the head of all things Photoshop, and they are committed to making it awesome. So one thing with Adobe I've noticed, and I'm not an official spokesperson for Adobe, so I'm going to caveat that, but they do a good job of iterating on products. So on the one hand, you know, Creative Cloud, you're paying like a subscription fee or whatever. I'm doing ellipses because we're doing cars today, or transportation related things. It doesn't have to be just cars, but anyhow, they are committed to incremental improvement, swift incremental improvement. So yeah, the first version of anything is always a little bit off. Like when Adobe XD first came out, it was off. And then even Illustrator for the iPad, there's stuff on there that's pretty awesome. I think they took a little bit more time with that one. I was fortunate to be a part of the beta group on that product. So yeah. The other nice thing about Fresco, unlimited layers. So some apps that shall not be named. Subaru WRX with or without the spoiler. Spoilers are always bad, man. Like, they're always cool. no matter what. I mean, the little prepubescent boy in me, or maybe it's early stage pubescent boy, loves spoilers for sure. So yeah. All right. How we doing? How we doing? Look alive, people. Let me check in here. Again, if you are watching on the Instagramma, YouTube has the full view. In fact, I don't usually do this, but I will show you Instagrammers who refuse to tune into the YouTube. So there's my setup. Okay. I'm pointing, guys, on YouTube. I feel like a dad. Anyhow, there's my setup, so you can see that's what you get on YouTube if you tune in. So use that link, all right, in the let's see, right there. Use that link. I cut my finger. Use that link. Go to YouTube. Use that link and go to YouTube. Where are we? There we are. Sorry. Had to readjust things for a minute. So hopefully you can see the difference there. Thank you, Rebirth Soul. It is better. My head's getting hot though. I'm gonna have to take this hat off. Okay. Sorry. I don't know what it is, but every time I stream, like, maybe the universe, like, puts out a bat signal. Like, Spencer's streaming! Well, I guess technically it does, because that's what happened. And then, like, all my friends start texting me at the same time. I'm like, yo, I'm streaming. Chill, man. Let's be chill. Let's be trill. Anyhow. Interesting stuff. So hopefully it's not too quiet. Not popular, but welcome. I keep going to Sketchbook. Yeah. Can you, Chris? See, wish I could run on M1 Mac. So you can't run on the MacBook? I have the M1 MacBook here, actually. I mean, I haven't done anything with it. I've been trying to find time to do like a real test of it. But it's only twice as expensive as the new headphones. So, new laptop? Or do you want to get headphones? That's how Apple pricing works. Okay. Hello, Svetlana and Art. Andrew T, what's up? Oh no, I didn't see that. Someone broke into Tom Brady's mansion. Okay, so one of my favorite vehicles is the Mini Cooper. And I'm not looking at a picture of one here. I'm just gonna kind of rough sketch this in first, and we're gonna use a variety of brushes here, but I think they kind of look, at least proportionally, something like this. Okay. So to further answer your question, someone had asked earlier, why not use what was it? Procreate. One of the allure of digital sketching and digital sketch tools, I think, is this idea that you have guides and helps, and I just don't use those. So to me, it doesn't really matter what I draw with. Is this even the perspective I want to do? Maybe not. We can do a couple rough sketches though and then decide, just as we warm up. Sometimes when you sketch more modern vehicles, it's really hard to like jump into doing other kinds of cars, so I need to just rough this out, scale it down. All right, so we'll do a couple roughs just to start here, and I am gonna take this hat off. Holy cow, it's like when I close. Yeah, I know Procreate you can't use. Sketchbook Pro you can use though on the M1. I did try finding Procreate, but you can't You can't put Procreate on a laptop, unfortunately, because that'd be cool. But I think even when they make the transition, a lot of these apps, you're gonna have to rethink some of the user interaction. So it totally makes sense. All right, let's see here. I want a classic Mini Cooper. Oh, they're so cute. They are so cute. So cute. All right, so you guys are probably wondering, why is he sketching so rough? This sucks. I'm gonna eat my cereal or my dinner or whatever time it is where you are. That's okay. Just doing some rough sketches here before committing to the final thing, because I want to make sure I kind of get it right, proportionally anyways. Like, can you imagine like jumping into paint and color and all that stuff, and then you realize at the end, oh crap, oh crud, it's the wrong proportions, the wrong everything. It's kind of frustrating. So just playing around a little bit here. So it's your first time joining, which I don't know if it is. I mean, I have a lot of subscribers, it seems. Not a lot of you make it to the live stream, so I'm not sure what the best time to live stream actually is, but in any case, I'm just gonna keep shrinking these. Welcome to the party. Hello, thanks for joining, thanks for being here. Hopefully you feel motivated to draw as well, do some stuff. Like the nose of this one, I think needs to be, it looks like the front is a bit like that, but the nose definitely needs to be a bit shorter. Sorry, I offended, last time I offended all Scottish citizens by attempting some sort of wannabe Scottish accent, so God forbid I do that again today with my friends across the pond in Britain. I mean, I could do the whole Jamaican thing, the whole show, if you want me to do it. Most of you know, so, well, some of you know me come from Jamaica. Some of you know. It was interesting actually growing up in Jamaica, because my parents, they didn't really like when we talk like this. This is called patois. It's the dialect on the island. It's the dialect. I really don't want to take too long on this drawing, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Let's see, cancel the lasso. Now we go back to the brush, put the wheels down, maybe some lights. So you can kind of see here now, with a little bit of practice, you can kind of get the feeling of something. So that's why I did them sketch here. You see it now. All right. Once you get the feeling, it make it easy if you just draw the thing you want to draw. So sometimes when you change your subject matter, you have to come in. You have to come in and do something else, so you can make sure you get the right thing. This is Sketchaday Live, coming to you live from Ocho Rios, Jamaica. Just kidding. I'm Spencer in Salt Lake City, Utah. I had someone come on, was it Instagram once, and they're like, you don't talk like a black person. I'm like, how do black people speak? What do you mean? So I was another black person too. It's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Anyhow. All right. Maybe we'll do this on the same page. That'd be cute. It'd be so cute. So cute. All right. Now let's make a new layer. New layer. What's up, Felix? Felix, did you already order your new headphones? Your new Apple AirPods, what are they? AirPods Max Pro Super XXL. How many jobs do I have? You're asking me, Latrice? My only job right now is, and maybe this sounds weird, but my only job right now is having fun and streaming and being here. Looks like YouTube, or sorry, Instagram died. So give me just a sec. I'm gonna turn this off. Will that work? No, it's not gonna work. All right, you're gonna see my full body here. And my phone keeps turning off when I stream, and it's really annoying. It's like really freaking annoying. All right, so basically what I have to do with my phone that's above, if you are watching on Instagram, it keeps pausing, but what I basically have to do is, can I zoom a little bit? What do you mean? I'm not gonna zoom. Just hang tight. Oh, Jamaican accent. How many job may I have? Surprised that Procreate is not on Mac. I don't know how they remain financially viable. I'll just say that. So if I were to bet on a horse in this race, honestly, it's not them. Like, I like the app, don't get me wrong. It's a great app, but I don't see, with how much they, charge for it, I don't see how. I would pay $50 for Procreate. I really would. That's not really the surfacing. I would pay $50 for it, but I don't think a lot of people would. And I don't speak for the company. I don't know anyone there, at least now. But I wouldn't be surprised if they got bought by somebody else. I really wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. Like, even if they sold, how many downloads do you figure they've had? Even if you've sold like 1 million copies, that's $10 million, right? You've got upkeep to think about, right? You're paying employees to develop the next versions. With each version, I've only paid that $10 once, right? It's not a subscription. I would also be willing to pay for some sort of backup service if they had it, like Procreate Cloud, or maybe it's paying for like a Google Drive integration, since I already pay for Google Drive. But I have no idea, honestly, how they stay in business. No clue. But at least with the Adobe stuff and some other products, you know that, like, it's a bigger company. You are paying monthly. Love the way they hurt my ears while having no bass. Oh man. Is this Mr. Bean car? Yeah, so the theme this week is favorite things. And so I was saying, Svetlana and Art, that one of my favorite things growing up, I'm trying to see if I can do this. I'm used to drawing I'm used to drawing this perspective in that orientation, but maybe actually, just to save time, how about we do this? I'm just gonna hold on. A lot of the tools in this app are similar, by the way, but I would categorize it more as a free-flowing drawing experience, because you don't have perspective guides and all that stuff that some people swear by and love and can't draw without. So I'm okay without them personally, but if that's your jam, this is probably not your app. I'll just say that. Mr. Bean's bear inside. I used to love that show when I was a kid. Okay, if you are watching on Instagram, again, one more reminder. There's a dongle connected to YouTube through OBS. It's way better. It should be 1080p for the stream, because I paid for this internet connection. It should be 1080p, and much better quality. So at least 720p, if not 1080. All right. Am I going to draw product design soon? And do I draw on a specific time? I'm drawing today's Transportation Tuesday, but tomorrow I'd be happy to do some product, or maybe later today if I'm not completely drained and exhausted. Turns out that streaming takes a lot of energy from you. Full disclosure, I don't make money on these streams. I make, I think, $3 or $5 if enough people tune in, but that's it. So it's not about the money or whatever. It's, I love doing it, and I just kind of do it whenever I want. So if it were like financially viable, I would just do it all day. I really would, but alas, it is not. Okay, where am I? Okay, sketching, pencil. That's what I wanted. I wanted the pencil because I want to tighten up some of this here. All right, maybe. All right, so I'm gonna do one sketch here, and then we're gonna do another like tighten up sketch at some point. But yeah, this was, as a kid, this was one of my favorite things. So that's why we're doing it today. The theme this week, and by theme I mean we have a Discord that you guys can join. It's if you go to sketchaday.com/Discord, you'll find the information there. But let's just sketch some contour lines just to make sure I get the body side and details in. I'm not looking at a sketch for reference beyond, you know, visual elements on the vehicle itself. So it's more like, what does the bumper look like? Where does it go? Am I gonna do some racing stripes on this? Probably. I actually drive a Mini Cooper right now. Maybe I'll take it for a spin after the stream. I don't have the classic Mini Cooper you see here, though. I have the updated. Is that where it goes? Oh, it looks like it's a little bit wider. I have the updated, basically, BMW 3 Series S, Mini Cooper S is what I have. It's white, and I call it Marshmallow. Marshmallow. I'll probably do a little transform here as well, just to make sure we get some of this right, because the roof here needs to be a little bit higher. It's a little bit too sinister. Can't help but make these eyes, by the way. Cannot help but make those eyes. So yeah, we'll be here for a bit. If you guys want to, you know, head out, take a break, whatever, come back, just chill. We can talk current events. You can ask me questions about life, career, design, whatever you want. I mean, as long as it's appropriate, you know. I do want to pull this point back. So this is a little bit of red-blue pencil technique. Some of you have seen me do this on the stream before, but now I can, you know, make some subtle changes here to like the height. Some people say height, but the height of the greenhouse. Maybe some of the angle, slope, things like that. Right. Just as a check, by the way, one of the things you can do if you're drawing like a car or a human face or anything like that is you can kind of flip your canvas as you work, and flipping the canvas actually forces you to look at your drawing in a different point of view. I have to erase these eyes now. They're creeping me out. Forces you to look at it in a different way. I guess they are kind of like eyes. That's the hard thing about cars too, is like it's so easy to see faces in them. Maybe some reflection planning here as I get ready to. I think I'm gonna do like a fast painting of this. I think that's what I'll do. Let's give that a little bit more camber out. Camber out. Maybe I'll give this to my. I'll do a print. Give it to my friend. He's a mini race car driver, basically. Rally. He does mini rally driving. So maybe I'll give this to him as a little gift. We'll see. We'll see. As always, of course, the patrons and channel members get the real gifts. The sketches, source files, all that good stuff. Traded your mini and had mechanical issues. Yeah, I don't buy minis, I lease them. But they're fun cars. For sure. Alright, so there's our under sketch now. And there's probably enough here that if I wanted to start painting it, I could. But I don't trust myself. So I'm going to do another pencil sketch here. I'm good. I'm good. So you can work quickly, blow your thumbnail up, add some details, and now we can kind of come in. And remember, this is Adobe Fresco, so it's not really. It's not like Procreate in the sense that you're gonna have all your favorite drawing cheats available. You know, ellipse guides and whatnot. So it's gonna require you to kind of be thoughtful about your lines and placement. Again, I'm not looking at reference for perspective or anything like that, but it's just more, okay, how does the greenhouse here look? What are the key parts, the elements? What does inside of a Mini Cooper look like? What do the seats look like? Things like that, right? That's what I'm interested in. All right, we'll just throw some of these lines down. We're just chill. If you're, if you're working, if you're doing something, we can hang out. I can just be in the background. Promise I won't make any loud noises. Or it'll be too creepy. This is Sketchaday Live, coming to you on the ones and twos. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions at all. I haven't had any major mechanical issues with my Mini, but I've heard that Mini ownership is a dangerous proposition. So do these things come with round mirrors? I feel like this thing needs round mirrors, but I'm gonna put square in for now. Let's see. Nothing with round here though. Make sure we have our stripes kind of sketched in. So I want to know, or don't tell me right now. I'll tell you when to tell me, but start thinking about what transportation related thing you want to see. We're going to be all digital today. Keeping it loose, and I'm trying to force myself actually to just be more intentional and confident with my digital sketching, because I have noticed that at times I'm a bit hesitant and not as intentional. So something I'm working on personally. But think about what you want to see, whether it's a plane, a spaceship. I saw that Elon Musk and SpaceX are getting ready to basically send a craft to Mars, right? Something like that. or do a test of the craft anyways that he's proposing to send to Mars. Regardless of what you think of the dude, I think like that's pretty freaking cool that we might see that in at least I might see that in my lifetime. Some of you that are younger, you're going to see some amazing things, no doubt, in your lifetime. So pretty exciting time to be alive. Tell you what, despite everything that's kind of happened this year, you know, pretty exciting time. I've been meaning to announce my caricature thing. I'm gonna do a few caricatures just to, you know, help cover Christmas for my family. So I'll be posting about that a bit later if you guys want to get a little quick gift for your family. Alright, so now I can hide the under sketch, and there's our main sketch that we can work with. There's some things I think I want to tweak here just a little bit. Kind of the angle of the hood, for example. Maybe just anticipate some shadow here. Maybe tweak the size of this wheel in the back. All right, so let's paint. So again, Fresco is cool because, well, not just because, but it does have unlimited layers. So I can just go, if I want 100 layers right now, I can just go. I can just go 100 layers. Looks like Mr. Bean's car, yes. That's the idea. I'm drawing, or I'm painting my favorite things. As far as color here, what color? I think I'm gonna do like a baby blue or something. All right, so I'm gonna paint with a few brushes. I'm gonna use what's called a live brush. I could use watercolor, but I don't want to do that. I want to challenge myself. So let's go. We're not doing vector. I'm gonna do oil, paint round. I want a high flow, low mix, big brush, and kind of this teal. All right, so let's just get some reference colors down. Maybe just a warm white here as well. All right, and in this one, I kind of have to just put a few values down so that I can pick from, right? So I'm kind of just trying to create a little profile for color here. And I personally like to start with my deep dark values first. That's just how I like to start. So that's what I'm going to do here. Hopefully this doesn't end up being a train wreck, but we'll see. You know what I always say, there's always a fix. There's always a fix. Sketchaday Live, thanks for joining. Just doing a quick mini Cooper sketch here. Painting. Forgot to put some gray down. So let's get some grays in here. Grays and blacks and whatnot. And I don't want to use a pure black on this at all. You hate me, I don't hate you. But if you keep posting that, you will be put in time. So let's just be chill. Let's be chill. I did send you a picture of the sketch, Divine CEO, so maybe you can check your messages. And timeout has been engaged. Okay, Mini Cooper isn't dangerous. It's a Russian replica called Oka. I'm gonna look that up. Oka Russian car. Oh, okay. Okay. Is it Aka? Oka? It's hard to really tell. what it is. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna stream for a while, for at least another hour and a half, is my plan. So we're good, no rush. All right, so now I can kind of come in. Just picking some colors here from the colors we already put down. So makes it easy. You know, if I want to add some of that purple blush, we can do that. The important thing here is really just to think about your environment, I think. What reflections, things might be coming into play. So one cool thing about Fresco, you can kind of see here, these brushes behave a lot like what you would expect from real oil paint. If you've painted with oil and you like to paint with oil, right, you can kind of get a similar effect going. Not even kind of, like, it does a really good job. You have the texture. Sorry, I really shouldn't do this at disservice, but it's a really remarkable, I think, tool. All right, so I'm gonna take some of this really light kind of purple. All right, we'll go into some whites here with this as well, but just want to capture that. So now I'll just take, I think I'll take some white, mix that in. And as this is reflecting sky tone, it really just depends on time of day, but you want to try and get that sky tone in there. Like maybe it's clouds or something. It's kind of reflecting in. And we'll blend those together. All right, Explosive Yoda, you can always come back. Hello, Forward Given Gaming. This is Fresco. This is Adobe Fresco. Sorry, sometimes it's hard to look at the chat at the same time, but hello. All right, now if this is reflecting the ground, probably want to go a little bit warmer, right, with the tones on the side here. Can mix those in. I'm trying to remember, let's see. It's okay, so there is some color around the side here. Get that in. We're gonna want to get the grill as well, of course. So I'll just start painting that in. So I like using a more loaded brush at the beginning, and then when you're ready and you want to like mix some colors or whatever, you can kind of do that after, but having that loaded brush really helps me anyways. Let's do some chrome. Probably take some of this ground tone here. So we already have the color, we might as well use it, right? We already have the colors there. And then now to make this look more chrome, I'm just gonna take some of this bluish purple stuff. Just kind of feather that on the top here, like so. Let's get our teal. I'll also be using a few other effects brushes, so just putting down some base tone here, basically. That's kind of my idea. So again, the theme this week is your favorite things. That's what we're doing. All right, so if you want to try that out, timeout is 5 minutes, Divine Co. Just be chill on the YouTube. You don't need to say things 20 times, okay? Thanks, Roshan. I've been trying to paint more, so this is a bit of a challenge for myself. So it's not distorted. I'll stop holding my iPad on the Instagram a little bit here. Roshan, did you already order your AirPods? What are they called? AirPods Pro Max XL money bags? I think that's the official name. I'm not sure. Something like that. This wheel is sticking out too far, so I'm going to modify the undersketch so I don't lead myself astray. Let's just take this, move it in just a little bit like that. All right, so now I can make sure I'm not doing the wrong thing. One thing that is helpful when you paint, and I didn't do this, but you can put down kind of a base tone and work with that base tone. But I kind of just decided to go with it, paint on a white background, which is kind of hard. I mean, it's just a little more difficult is all. What time do I start my daily stream? You know, it's interesting you mention a calendar because it's something I do have a calendar in the background that I'm working on. $762. I know. Roshan and I were talking this morning a little bit about just the whole new Apple headphones that they dropped on the world. So just a continuation of that. We could hint at someone driving, I guess, but obscure them enough. I just love painting. I think if I ever retire one day, I don't know if I will, because you know how the world is. But if I retire one day, I'm gonna just paint all day, every day. I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. Just gonna paint things. It's gonna be fun. I've never been great at painting. At least that's what I tell myself. And so I've always had this like secret love, desire, whatever, to be okay. My dad used to paint around us as kids. And it always just seemed like this kind of dark art, if you will. By dark art, I mean just so mysterious. How do you do that? It looks amazing. But I think like the more your skills, at least I've noticed, the more your skills develop in general, the more you're able to just tackle things that are outside your wheelhouse, because you start to realize what looks good. I'm just picking some colors from the canvas here, but you start to realize what looks good, and you understand how tools work. So I saw this really cool infographic the other day. I'll have to see if I can find the source again, but it was more like mastery is not about knowing everything about everything. It's like, or it wasn't mastery. It was actually Burke Kaplan is the one who posted it. It was, and he's an educator on Instagram, super talented car design guy. But the question he was answering was, what tablet should I buy? Because I get that question like he does all the time. People always ask me, what tablet should I buy? It doesn't matter that much. It's about your ability, I think, to take those principles and just apply them in other ways, right? So don't get caught up on the fact that I'm using Fresco or that your favorite artist is drawing upside down or whatever the case may be. You got to figure out for yourself what works and just be passionate and relentless. Draw, paint, create every freaking day. Roshan, do you still use your magic glove when you draw? I never bring myself to do that. I'm just curious. How's that working out for you? Do they scan your brain, right? How did I learn to draw? You want to draw from observation and draw from imagination. So draw things you see, because when you draw what you see, you're like connecting the dots in your brain, in our crazy heads. We're all crazy in some way. Study the work of others. Okay, study the work of others, see what they do, and see if you can like analyze what makes their stuff great. And you'll be like 90% of the way there. Develop your confidence, and then you can like come in and just do whatever you want. So do I draw something every day? Absolutely. Are they all great? No. And I don't show everything to everyone. All right, like I'm always practicing things, right? So just have fun, explore. And like I said, see what makes those, when you see a drawing or painting and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Try and understand why. You know, why is it that it looks good to you? What is it about that drawing that speaks to you? Is it the looseness, the intensity? Okay, so I'm gonna do this shadow. I'll do it on a different layer, but I do want it to be in this purplish family. So I try not to use full neutral. So right here, this is the color picker, right? And if you want to look at color theory, all right, hairy chimpanzee needs a glove. Smudge guard. If you want to learn about color, you have to open your eyes, I think. All right, open your eyes, look around. Sunset. I'm gonna take a break here. Sunset is one of my favorite times because you can see the direct interplay of warm and cool light, the details, atmospheric perspective, haze. There is so much going on, and if you just sit and watch a sunset, you will learn a lot about color theory. If you go out at dawn as well, it's actually really good. Magic hour, 2 to 3 p.m. I guess it depends on where you live. Just look at the light. Look at the light. Don't just look at a color and say, oh, that's black. Cool. Try and look at the color and understand what is going on. Sorry, I hit my sleep button accidentally there. So that rant aside, what I mean to say is here's the color wheel, and I'm trying not to pick a straight gray. I know it needs to be dark, so I'm going to pick something that has some color to it, right? So this is like a dark purple. I could probably even go a little bit lighter. It just depends on the ground color. You could have something like this for your shadow even. Okay, it's not black. It's not black. Let's get a nice big brush in here. So this is all with the same paintbrush. We'll, like I said, we'll just play around with some of the other brushes in Fresco that are available. See what we come up with. Because this is on a layer behind, I can actually just kind of paint in like so. All right, if I want a secondary shadow, if I want a secondary shadow, we can just move up in brightness, and I'm gonna lower the saturation way down. Okay, not quite 100% down, but We can lower that down. I can reduce the flow of the paint on the canvas, have a new layer. All right, start to indicate some reflection type stuff. Still want to go lighter than that though, so I'm going to go even brighter. Bigger brush. All right, so you can kind of paint that in if you want. I guess a better bet would be one of these warmer colors here. And if I up my paint mix, which is how much is the paint going to mix when I introduce it to other colors, right? I can put that in there. Have a little bit of that ground tone, so it's not just totally flat on the canvas. All right. Colors are an area we need to learn. This is an everyday lesson. Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Sticky Art? We're painting today. A little bit different. I don't usually paint here, but probably do 3 of these. This is kind of my warm-up sketch, and I'm being a bit more instructive, I guess, than I could be or need to be. How charged is my pencil? %, nice. All right, so depending on how, okay, I'm gonna up my flow, lower my mix, reduce the brush size here. Depending on how much light I have on this tire, for example. All right, we can kind of get our hot spots in. This needs to be in shadow actually, so I'm gonna introduce a little shadow there. A little shadow under the wheel well. Reduce our brush size. For those just joining, this is Adobe Fresco. This is their drawing and painting app. It's available for free. So if you have like an iPad Pro, you just want to try it out, it's free. No, they do not pay me to say that. It's a good app. Especially if you like to paint. It's pretty great. And as I said a little bit earlier, I'm trying to learn myself. I think if you reach a point where you feel like you have nothing to learn, it's probably time to move on from whatever you're doing. Okay, it's probably time to just be like, all right, thanks for the fish, I'm out. It's been real. I don't need to learn any more about that thing. Cool. Dangerous place to be, but I get it. Sometimes it's just where we end up. Okay, just in making some of these reflections a little bit more pronounced here. As we go. Hello, Jamie Riggs. Okay, if you keep posting, I will put you in timeout, however, so. Downloading now. Sweet! I hope you enjoy it. I do. Obviously, and that's why I'm using it. I do make some brushes for Procreate as well, so if you're a product designer and... Or not Procreate, sorry. I mean, I do make them for Procreate as well, but for Fresco here. So if you're a product designer and you just have those brushes that you love or you want to... Sorry, I got a phone call coming in from Michael DeTulo. I don't know if you guys know who that is. um, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, product design. Yeah, if you like product design and you, want that like pencil, whatever that you're used to using. I've tried to create some resources for you. So those are available on the website as well. So again, these are the live brushes in Adobe Fresco. So if you like painting at all, I think you'll be happy with them. They've really dialed it in, I think, in terms of how they respond, interact, all of that good stuff. So let's turn off our sketch and see where we're at. Okay, so I can turn that off, and then where's my under sketch? There it is. All right, so that's kind of where we're at without the sketch. I kind of like the sketch though, so I'm gonna leave that up. It just helps a little bit, especially if you're trying to move quickly. Just helps a little bit. I mean, what you could do with the sketch lines if you really wanted to, just take like a nice small oil brush and then kind of come in and hit those spots, but we'll keep it moving. What's up, new kid? NKOTB. I don't know about you guys, I'm really excited for December 11th, the new Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon 3. It's gonna be a good album. At least I hope it is. Man on the Moon 1 is still my favorite. I'll probably listen to it after the stream here as I go to the art store. I have some markers I want to get, some colors to fill in, things like that. I actually think, so I've been having a thought here about streaming in general. I think being an artist who wants to stream is like kind of insane if you're doing it for the money. and for the money, when I say for the money, I mean trying to make a go at making a living doing it, because the arts aren't something that a lot of, like, you guys are weirdos. I'm just gonna say, you guys are weirdos, and I love you. I'm glad you're here. But at least in the United States, the arts are not something that I think enough people care about. So we're kind of renegades here, just doing our thing. And, hoping, I guess, wishing that enough people will be interested to make it worthwhile. If, again, if, and it's the big if you're approaching it from like the mindset of, oh man, I gotta make this work financially. So on Sunday I told a story of a friend of mine who, she streams, and she streamed for 13 hours when she was more dependent on the donations of others. 13 hours, can you imagine? 13-hour stream? Be kind of crazy. Anyhow, gaming seems to be where it's at, so maybe I'll switch this to sketch a game. Just kidding. Have I watched One Punch? Yes! One Punch Man is amazing. I love One Punch Man. My kids love it. I haven't let them watch season 2 yet because I feel like season 2 of One Punch Man is pretty intense. I don't know about you guys if you have seen it, but I feel like it's fairly intense, right? But now that you mention it, I want to watch it again. It's so good. All right, so technically this bumper might reflect back into this little chrome trim piece. So I'm gonna try and capture some of that. Maybe some hot spots here. Is my paint mix up? It's down. It's weird. All right. Let's get a little bigger brush here now. All right, so now's the time, because I'm about ready to wrap this one up and just call it a quick paint. Now's the time. If you have a favorite vehicle you want me to draw, transportation related thing, concept, idea, doesn't have to be existing. I tend to prefer if it doesn't exist, but I'm not gonna fault you if it does. Okay, let me know. If I've already done a request for you, it's less likely I'm gonna take your request today. If you're a channel member, I'll definitely take your request, so let me know. Now's the time. Hit me up in the comments on YouTube. Once again, that's where I'm paying attention to. I have not watched Mob Psycho 100. Is that available on Netflix? Sticky art. Do you paint traditional? No, I actually don't. I like never got into it. I was explaining before earlier though that I feel like I don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. You tell me. You seem to paint traditional. So I'm kind of just a visitor. I'm trying to figure this traditional painting thing out as I go. So you let me know, but I feel like when you understand the principles, it's not impossible to, like, you know, figure it out. All right, let's lower saturation. I'm gonna up. So these brushes have tons of settings. All right, so you got flow, you got paint mix. I do like that the brush settings are kind of readily available, if you will, here in the app, so you can just jump in and just like change something. I do appreciate that. With some of the apps that shall not be named, it's just a little harder to kind of do that. All right, so there's our Mini Cooper sketch. Apple Space Pods Max Pro Star Wars speeder bike. Okay, give me a speeder bike. That was first. What's up, Apple Jacks? DMC DeLorean. All right, we got lots of suggestions. Let's do a quick speeder bike. All right, so like I said, it's really cool. It's gonna save it. It throws that up on Adobe Creative Cloud. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to worry. You know, one of the most stressful things I think working with Procreate, honestly, depends on who you talk to. Some people I know, like Roshan, if you're still watching, is very meticulous about backing files up and making sure everything's saved. But let's do watercolor for the speeder bike. Yeah, if you're meticulous, cool. If you're not meticulous, then I can see where, at least for me, I'm not super meticulous. All right, I don't know what these speeder bikes look like necessarily. Let's do a nice horizontal line here, and then have some sort of. Do they have like guns on the front? I think they do, right? Does it have to look exactly like the speeder bike? Could it just be a speeder bike? They look something like this, don't they? I imagine they do anyways. Even if they don't, let's just say it's some sort of hover bike. But we can try and pull in some Star Wars stuff too. So no worries there. All right, let's draw a. What's up, Connor? This is the Adobe Fresco. Woo! Man, I'm excited for lunch. I'm gonna like destroy a lettuce wrap burger. That's my plan. Like it's gonna be something out of CSI. That's all I'm gonna say. That's how hungry I am. All right, I've got a reference model here, at least now. So maybe this is the next model of the Imperial speeder bikes. Let's see. Looks like we've got some sort of pointy thing right there. Let's keep it a loose pencil sketch. Again, this is Adobe Fresco, for those wondering if you've never used it. And it looks like the control here is actually different, so I made a mistake in my reasonable assumption. Any Mandalorian fans here? We did Ashoka Tano on Sunday. In fact, how about we take a quick intermission? Intermission, everyone. So these are Sunday sketches right here. So this was requested by, I think it was Divine CEO. We did a Nissan GTR. So if you want to go back and catch that, you can go catch that sketch. My watch is telling me to stand up, so I'm going to stand up while I show you these. All right. Nissan GTR, we did some air marker, some marker pen. Someone wanted an interpretation of an Ender Dragon, a real Ender Dragon. So try to stick with the color palette and whatnot. Probably needed a bigger piece of paper for that one, but it was fun. We did Ashoka Tano. There's the rough sketch for the GTR. And Svetlana and Art requested some sketch of a brain interface. I turned it into a whole scene, but you know, it is what it is. So this is my favorite though, I think, because the rough sketch is like so rough. How it started, how it's going. Yes, I got my stand goal in on my Apple Watch. Ashoka, right there. And then the lovely Ender Dragon. Cool. So that was Sunday. Sci-Fi Sunday to be exact. When we do all things weird, sci-fi related and whatnot. So somebody's gonna need a body bag for the burger. Yes, absolutely. It's gonna be nuts. I'll just say that. All right, so let's take this Star Wars aesthetic. Maybe it's an old, Imperial speeder that was like reclaimed and retrofitted, so they had to like hack into it and do some stuff. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. So who's piloting? Who is piloting this is the question, right? We'll just keep it loose for the sake of time. Got a request for DeLorean as well. Let's see, how do the legs, do they position their legs backward? I'm not sure. Okay, so it looks like it's a little bit down, something like that, and then this actually, it's down. Cool. I can live with that. I can make this work. Or maybe the hand points out like that and then back in. Like, is it piloted by one of these troopers? I think so. One of the kitschy and weird things about Star Wars, I think, is like the special purpose troopers. So like if you watch The Mandalorian, right? If you watch The Mandalorian, they have, at least the most recent episode, there's this one trooper that's almost like a, what would you say, mortar trooper, or like a artillery trooper or something like that. And I'm like, really? So you have a special uniform, a special outfit, special gear, just so that you can fire this one weapon, like literally this one weapon. It's kind of weird. It is kind of weird. So that's my take on the whole thing. It feels a bit like they're just doing it for the purposes of creating toys or something like that, something along those lines. All right, can I invert? Yes, I can. And let's move this back a little bit. And now I'm gonna deselect, pencil sketch in some stuff here. So that just gives me a little bit more room as I'm drawing, if I want to make this work. But like I said, maybe they got lost on some desert planet, these Imperial trooper dudes, and they have to kind of figure out how to survive. So they've hacked together their own retrofits on these bikes. Could be something like that, right? They're flying. There's probably some desert landscape. Because, yeah, like I said. I'm not going to color the whole thing, don't worry. So first sketch, check. Lower your opacity. Oh man, I'm getting real yawny. I did go to bed late last night. Or should I say this morning? The Empire is doing user-centric design. What if the Empire is actually Apple? What if? What if? It's a proxy for Apple. Is this what I do full-time? Asks Applejacks. I'm a designer, but I enjoy drawing full-time. For me, this is my way of giving back. As a bonus, it's nice to make some money doing it, but I really don't. So I did say that up front, that I don't make money on these streams. I wish I did. I make enough to pay for my internet bill. Full disclosure, if you want me to, I'll actually tell you. I think I pulled in $200 last month. And to you, that might seem like, oh man, that's a lot of money. But you have to consider on the flip side, how much time is spent, you know, preparing, creating assets, whatever the case may be. Like, I literally don't make that much. So yeah, it's more about the enjoyment, the engagement, the fun for me than it has to do with being viable. Like, I make more money doing design work for people, and sometimes people find me through the streams. Design work, engagements. I got invited to, I'll just say, an event with some big industry people for next week, so that was good, and that felt good. So just doing some new line work here, and then I'm going to show you the live brushes that are watercolor. Okay, so I'll show you the watercolor live brushes in Fresco. So far I'm using kind of the default here. Maybe next one I'll use my brush set. I probably should be, to encourage you guys to go get them, but they're a good set if you're a product designer, I'll say that much. In terms of what you might be used to using, want to use, whatnot. And this method I'm showing you here, at least once we get to a point where I start adding color. Man, I love these vocals. Such a good song. Like, I don't even know what the song's saying, but the vocals are just so passionate. Anyhow, the method I'm going to use here is to create some nice strong line work, essentially, and then add the color. All right, so my focus right now is, or has more to do with creating good, just good line work, good gesture, good form, expression, not definition, but expression. The difference being prioritizing the visual quality, or the core idea. Man, I'm really yawning. The core idea over like a high degree of precision. So the story of conservation is the story of waste and how it can be prevented. That's my strategy anyways, as it pertains to this stuff. This leg's a little bit short, so I'm gonna come in and modify that in a little bit. Throughout our land, the once beautiful forests such as this have become scenes of desolation. The timber is gone, and so is the wild game which once was sheltered beneath its shade. Alright, do they have like a bag? Maybe they have. Well, this one has a bag, but I'm looking at a reference picture for like what makes up their outfits, and also taking some liberties. Rivers have been so polluted by the refuse from our towns and factories that they are often a menace to health. I quite enjoy drawing things from my mind as well, so reference just serves as a means of bridging the gap between what is and what I perceive it to be. It's not like I'm sitting there copying exactly what I see, if that makes sense. Oh man, today I woke up with a sore throat. Not really sore throat, but I'll just say kind of a scratchy throat, and I was like, oh crap, do I have the Rona? Do I got the Rona? What's going on? I hope not. If it gets worse, I'll get tested, so don't worry. But what a time to be alive, people. What a freaking time. What a freaking geekin' time to be alive. So weird. What's up, UJ's Gallery? Hello. Hello, Vegeta. The Empire is Disney. Yeah, it's, if you look at the industry in terms of content, Disney owns a lot of stuff, especially acquiring Fox. Like, on the one hand, I'm kind of excited in the sense that, oh man, maybe we'll get that. Okay, so here, for example, if the leg is a bit further back, I'm just going to show you why I think this is wrong. If the leg's a bit further back, then the foreshortening is okay. But here, the length I'm presenting to you in the sketch is not okay. So I have a couple of things. I can lengthen that out, or I can change the angle, which will then make it correct. So that's what I mean by thinking about, and I like to explain where I went wrong. Ribby is asking, have I ever thought of doing this kind of video but having other designers drawing? Yeah, if other designers want to come on and do it, I can't pay you. Literally, I cannot pay you because, as I explained earlier, I make like $3 to $5 a video. This is real facts. If you want me to, I can show you. So I can even pull up on my YouTube dashboard here. So Sunday's video, I streamed for 3 hours. Okay. So I streamed for 3 hours and I did, you know, all those drawings. $3.32. So would you want to work for $1 an hour, right? So that's what I mean. Like, if other people want to contribute their time and jump in and share, I'm open to that. I cannot justify paying someone. Sorry guys. I can't justify paying someone to do this because that feels exploitative to have them do that. So that's why, in case you're wondering. I don't know why Instagram's app just completely sucks, but I'm gonna have to start this over again. It's just terrible. Just terrible. Just so terrible. Terrible. All right, let's go. So yeah, if you know other designers that want to work for free, who want to be on the stream. Sorry guys. Why is this not working? Okay. Apparently Facebook makes the worst apps. If you know of other streamers who want to do it for free, let me know. Do you have a lot of taxes in USA? Yes. So I'll have to pay 30%. So on top of that, it's like $3 per stream. 30% goes to the government, local and state. So $2 for every 3 hours. So now you're making 80 cents per hour. So that's why, you know, the channel members, that's why I make things exclusive to them, because it literally means a lot when you do support, when you pitch in. I'll always do it, like I will, because I make a living in other ways, but this is not it. So, and I'll be transparent with you guys if you ever ask or want to know. I'm not gonna be weird about it. But yeah, if you've ever had dreams of being a streamer, because it makes you so much money, it doesn't actually. All right, let's finish this guy out. Here, I don't know why Instagram's being a butt. What's your favorite Star Wars vehicle though? Like, period. For me, it's if you watch, I think it's the Han Solo movie, Solo. There's this like very geometric vehicle. It's pretty cool. Yeah, there's this very geometric vehicle that I really like. Let's throw some saddlebag on here. But yeah, this is very geometric vehicle. It's pretty cool. I don't know the name of it, but if you watch the movie, you'll see it. It's in a chase scene close to the beginning of the movie. It's pretty cool. And then I like, in terms of droids, K2SO, I think is the name of the droid. That's one of my favorite ones. In, I think that's from, I'm trying to remember. That's from the one where they steal the plans for the Death Star. The dark side of the Force has many talents which some consider to be unnatural. Okay, this isn't even symmetrical. Like, I'm being so lazy here, but I don't freaking care. I do not care right now. But maybe I should. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Cause I feel good. I knew that I would now. Alright, so once we're done with kind of the rough, not even rough, but Like I said, I could do better if I wanted to. But once we're done with this line work portion, then we can apply just a quick watercolor wash. And that's gonna help bring things together. Using Adobe Fresco here. All right, so let's fix our leg here. Like I mentioned before, just some perspective issues. So a couple ways to go about this, right? I can move this, I can rotate it, put it back like so. That would help. If we want to maintain the leg length, however, then I probably need to drop this down. Okay, so do you see how that works now? It's like I drew that initially. I'm like, that's way too short. So I can rotate, put it back. That feels better already. Okay, but it depends on the look you're going for. So if you want the leg to be a little longer, if you want to start there. Oh, goodness. All right, so we can kind of fix it that way. Now let's move the whole sketch over slightly. I'm gonna turn that off. Maybe I shouldn't. I'll move them together. So if you want to, I sometimes like the under sketch to be there just because it helps add some details. So Fresco, like I said before, you don't have layer limits. You can group your layers together. All right, we can group things together. Just drawing some rock formations here. All right, whew, that's a lot of work. So new layer, and now I can jump into my live brushes, watercolor. Some of my favorites. So these are gonna behave a lot like, real brushes. So real watercolor, for example. Oh, stretch break, stretch break. What's up, Tom Phage? I see you on the IG. Come join on the YouTube, man. What are you doing? Thank you. It is a flying bike. Can a gerbil ride the speeder? Probably. What's up, Tom? Get Saul on here. Friends will do it for free. Yeah, the thing is, you know, creative people are exploited very often, because we certainly have a passion for what we do. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, man, I gotta feed my fam. So I can't responsibly ask a friend to take time out of their schedule to do something on my channel. If they want to do it, they'll do it. Right? So that's kind of my struggle, in the sense that I don't feel good asking the person to do that. And yeah, I mean, there's certainly a tension there between, okay, I love what I do. I love you guys, but I've had the thought, it's just not sustainable. If I got to a place where I was making so much money that I was like, okay, yo, I gotta get Roshan on board, and Hector, and a few other people. I've talked about it with people in the past, like I said, but I would have to be really pulling in some serious money for that to happen, and for me not to feel like I was exploiting my friends for the benefit of everyone else. I'm okay doing it because it's my time, right? It's my time, my choice, but it's not sustainable. Sketchaday Live. Should we call it Sketchaday XL? Because, man, we're going long today. 2-hour stream, starting a little early, keeping it real, trill. Let's get some shadow on the belly. Shadow on the belly. Shadow on the belly sounds like the name of some weird country song, right? And some like unfortunate tale involved. That's what it sounds like. Shadow on the belly. I got my truck and my gun and my duck and my fun. She said she's going nowhere, and I told her no, son. I don't know. I don't really understand country music personally, but maybe one of you guys can help initiate me. The greatest country song of all time, I've said it before on the stream, is Old Town Road. Is it Old Town? Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to Old Town Road. Yeah, Old Town Road. I got my horses in the back. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Can't tell me nothing. Riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder. Watch, the viewers are jump or drop from like 100 to like 2. But it's okay, you're lost. You don't get to see the watercolor. All right, so watercolor time. Now I'm done with the sketch here. Okay, so I can start doing some watercolor stuff. Thank you, Lorenz. Wouldn't they be getting exposure new people from you? Yeah, you know, Justin. Okay, so how about we rant? I'm gonna talk about Outlaw Country, Tyler Challers, Coulter Wall. Okay, I'll check it out. I'm gonna actually copy your message, and I'm gonna paste this in my notes, because, and it's called Country Music Recommendations, because I'm going to give it a chance. I'm willing to give it a chance. All right, so Justin Lab says, wouldn't they be getting exposure to new people through while getting fans with them, so it's a win-win? Possibly. But here's the thing, Justin. There's 122,000 people subscribed to my YouTube channel. How many people do you think are watching right now? And how many people do you think watch the videos I produce? Or even know? You know, so you can say it's about exposure. And let's say 100 people discover them. Cool. All right. They've taken time away from other creative pursuits to like basically pay their bills to be on a channel and I'm not complaining, to be very clear. I'm just being very matter of fact and pragmatic here. So I don't think it's fair to them for me to say, yeah, come on my show, make it more interesting, cool. And for them, the benefit is, okay, there's not 100,000 people watching. Like, there's not 100,000 people. So far, there's people have watched for an average of 3 minutes. So you tune in, you watch 3 minutes, peace out. Even if you were to leave the stream running, that would be beneficial to creatives like myself. But at the same time, it's like, can I reasonably expect that to be valuable? I don't know. Are there any objects or subject matter you refuse to sketch? I don't do guns. So yeah, it's like, I don't think it's right for me to say, you know, hey, Roshan, Hector, whoever, come on, do it for free. Like, if I were gonna do it, I would actually take money out of my pocket and say, yeah, I want you to be on my channel. Okay, so here's the cool thing about these brushes. I just love it. Do you see how the paint's like flowing? All right, so I'll zoom in so you can see. Do you see how that's like animating and moving? Right, and it's response to pressure. Right, so if you're trying to like keep some spots light or whatever, you can do that. I'm gonna switch the color here in a little bit, pressing a little harder now, anticipating where the color is gonna flow. It's kind of cool. It's fun. So yeah, if I were gonna do it, I would actually pay them out of my pocket, which again, for me, is fine because I make money in other ways. But for me to say, come on, basically for free, and it wouldn't be sustainable. Like, I can't reliably pay someone and say, hey, here's $500 a week to do this, because I would go bankrupt. It just would not happen. Wouldn't work. So that's why I rely on your goodwill, your ability to be here, donations as they come. Like, that's just real talk and how it is. All right. What's up, Antibus? Been here since 8:30. Nice. I appreciate that. For sure. Like I said, in about 40 minutes, I'm gonna go assassinate a burger. Watch, Google's algorithm for YouTube is gonna be like, oh, offensive content alert, because I said assassinate a burger. And then I'm gonna have to go through the process. So that's the other thing. Is like, man, I know I'm starting to sound like I'm complaining here, but sometimes, depending on chat or what I say, Google will demonetize my video. And when that happens, it means that in the time that it takes for them to review the video, right? And the time it takes for them to review the video and then realize, oh, our AI got it wrong. I've lost like tons of potential revenue. Like, it sucks in that regard. So again, not complaining, just being real, telling you how it is. So sometimes I do hold back in what I say and how I say it. And another reason I don't do guns or weapons is you get flagged. And when you get flagged, it sucks. And if you consistently get flagged, then advertisers, people don't want to work with you. Okay, so real talk. 10:21 now for context. Wow. Okay, so almost 2 hours for you. Nice. Old Town Road samples the 9 Inch Nails songs. I had no idea, Rachel. Thanks for letting me know. Chaitanya, keep singing. One of my friends growing up was actually named Chaitanya. One of my friends, I'm in Jamaica, had the name Chaitanya Falcha. I thought it was him the first time, but it was just you. It was just you. All right, what music are you guys into right now? I'm always looking for new music. Like I said earlier, I'm excited for the new Kid Cudi record. Should be good. Could be anything. I'll try some new stuff. I should share my Spotify Wrapped with you guys too. All right, so this is a watercolor brush, and just like real watercolor, you can tap and hit dry layer. Let's see, Justin says, exposure to 100,000 people isn't that much in the big picture for established artists. Yeah, and it sounds like I'm downplaying my channel, but I think one of the challenges, and I've talked to other creators, so it's not just me, but one of the challenges is the idea of reach. It's like, on the one hand, yeah, influence sounds great, but you're also fighting against algorithms. You're fighting against established, like, there's so much content out there, so I don't ever expect this to like blow up. It's always nice when it does, when like people tune in and check it out or subscribe, whatever. But it's not something I bank on like I used to bank on. It's just more like, cool, if they tune in, that's awesome. If not, it's okay too, right? All right, let's color up this this doodad. I'm gonna use like a pale yellow gray just to create a little wash here. That's one reason I like the watercolor, is if you do have decent line work, you can move pretty quickly. We had this saddlebag on the back. Oh, that's just, I gotta show you this again. So press hard and you can kind of see how the ink is flowing, right? And the water, and if you reduce pressure, oh, look at that. It's just, it's so much fun. Look at that. Right? And it just keeps flowing. And that's how you get those nice tones. All right. You play with pressure, position, placement, things like that. It's pretty cool. And then when you want to lock that color in, you can hit dry layer and it'll just lock that color in for you. So it's pretty nice. So at a certain point, I'll hit dry layer, you know, once I'm done with some of these darker spots here. And then I'll come in with the detail brush, you'll see, and just add some tone here and there. Let's get a little desert sky tone going. Maybe just illuminate the ground a little bit. Maybe that's too intense. It feels really intense. I don't like it. It's like too much. It's like too much. So maybe I'll just do this. And then just kind of wash it out from there. The cool thing with working digitally though is you can apply the watercolor and then erase a little bit. So if there's a certain effect, I should really use a rake brush for this. So let's do that. Hold up. Hey. Okay. Tap on my brushes here. Can I erase with a rake brush? Let's try a little experiment. Okay, so Fresco has this thing where you can see rakes. I've got this gritty rake brush right here. So if I want to apply that around the sun, right, we can do something like that, for example. Kind of gives you an interesting effect. Maybe we change the pigment. This is all on the watercolor layer, by the way. So if I want to you know, zoom out, you can kind of see what that's doing to the watercolor. But if I wanted to erase with it, Fresco has this thing where I can turn on this thing called a touch shortcut. There it is right there. And now I'll switch the overhead so you can see. If I tap that with my thumb, I should be able to, yep, that's beautiful. So any brush, when you tap with that, now it acts as an eraser. So if I want to just add some grit to my sketch, right, we can do that. And I can use this pretty much anywhere here on the canvas. So if If we want to just make it gritty. All right, maybe he's been flying through the desert. Got some scratches all over, whatever. That stuff you can do. It's pretty fun. All right, so you can get creative. Try some different things. Oops. Combine your brushes and whatnot. So just want to show you a little of what's possible with Adobe Fresco. So why use Fresco? Well, like I said, it's free. So no skin off your back if you try it out and you hate it. Like literally no big deal. Introduce some more texture here. Cool. So I'm just gonna wrap this up because I'm definitely taking too much time. So watercolor round detail, darker tone. And now on the same layer. So the detail brush is just a little bit more opaque and fine than the wash brush that I was using. All right, so there's that wash. There's also like a spatter brush that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay. I'll stop that, I promise. All right. It's almost veggie burger time. It's gonna be so good. So good in the tummy. Real, real yummy. All right. Latrice appreciates my singing, so I will take comfort in that. Latrice at least enjoys it. All right, let's try. Did I do the spatter? The spatter? No, let's do I'll do this wash, this flat wash for a couple little light. Maybe this red valley. We'll keep the red off in the distance or something. I'm not a watercolor expert. This is just like how I want to use the brush. So if that's offensive to you, too bad. Too bad. But yeah, sky's the limit, man. Like, it's pretty awesome. Oh, sorry, I just realized I'm not on the iPad view. It's pretty awesome that you can like just try a lot of different things. So thanks for watching, Latrice. You're like I think you're probably the most consistent, dependable, solid like fans I've ever had in my life. Because you're like always here. I'm just like, whoa. So anything you ever need, I got you. Like, it means a lot. For real. All right, so maybe that's our quick, reasonably quick speeder bike. I guess we've only done 2. All right, so let's do a third sketch. I saw a request for a DeLorean. I'm trying to think what other. I guess I can use some rake brushes and we can do some quick stuff there. So I'll jump back to Tabloid, take a little quick break. Heat shot, what's up? So yeah, I'm gonna go for another 30 minutes or so. I'm going to, just FYI, I gotta take a bathroom break, so I'll be back. And then we'll do our last sketch and finish up. So think on it. Throw some suggestions in the chat. and I'll be back with the next one. Just as a placeholder, I'll throw up the mini, but remember, Fresco's free, stores everything on the cloud. So this just loaded up. If I want to pull it up on my computer right now, I could totally pull it up and it would be there. It's pretty awesome. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We're here. Hello, Explosive Yoda. You've got class in 25. Oh, man. Okay, the Discord, for reference, in case anyone's watching, this is Adobe Fresco. Antonia is asking on the Instagram. You're lucky. I don't usually check the Instagram comments, but check out youtube.com/sketchaday.com. That's where I post. I won't be posting the replays on Instagram anymore either, so if you want to see those, definitely check out the YouTube. I'm trying to put chapter markers essentially in the videos, so it's easier to find stuff. All right. Zebra artwork, Kayla Cross. Zebra, like for the company Zebra. Give the DeLorean my twist. I already did a DeLorean, actually. I'll show it to you. Where's my DeLorean? Where's my DeLorean? Here it is. So I did that with marker and pen. And I should mention a lot of these sketches, I'm happy to part with them if you guys feel like, hey, you know what? I want to pitch in a sketch day, but I want to sketch. I'll happily make it work for you. But otherwise, I just keep them, scan them. A couple times a year, I'll do like just a free-for-all sale on Instagram. So that's that. And as I was looking through my sketches, I just saw this one that we did on Sci-Fi Sunday once. So you'll definitely want to catch the shows. Check them out. We have fun. I appreciate the suggestions and whatnot. So just a reminder, I'm paying attention to the comments on YouTube. I am, as a courtesy, streaming on Instagram. If you want to catch the replay, definitely hit up the YouTube, youtube.com/sketchaday.com. If you missed Sunday, was this Sunday? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, this was Sunday. I did the Nissan GTR. Zebra stripes with colors. Speaking of zebra stripes, I am working on since I'm taking a little mental break here while we think about cars, I'm working on a new pen and ink guide. It'll be cheaper than other guides, but I had this marble material. I thought you'd appreciate that with pen, Kayla. Have I drawn a pony? I've never drawn a pony, but I could do an animal stream. I haven't done one of those in a while. I could do an animal-based drawing and painting stream. Today I feel like painting though, so that's why I'm using Adobe Fresco. Fresco restart required. Oh no. Let's jump back here. Not sure why it needed a restart, but there we go. SR71 Blackbird. Okay. That sounds fun actually. SR71. I can probably start from memory. So to start from memory, I'll probably do something like this. Right, they kind of look like this, right? This is the body of the Blackbird. Something like that. And don't they have wings? Like, yeah, I don't remember. Let's see. I'll switch over here for the YouTubers. SR71 Blackbird. That was a fun request, so thank you. I'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, so they have like some wings like this, engines. I never did do the GTR as a transformer. That's something I wanted to do on the stream, but I never quite got around to doing. How does this thing terminate? I've never actually looked closely at one of these, so... So that's one perspective you could do it in, right? Again, just like the Mini Cooper, right? Do some thumbnails, figure it out. Oops. It depends on how extreme you want your perspective to be. Just keep it nice and loose. Get the main bits in. Get our engines in. So I'm no longer looking at reference, I should say. It's just more, okay, I kind of understand generally where things go, what the overall surface looks like. So how do we now kind of move beyond that and draw something cool, right? Or maybe it's more of a perspective, pardon me, like this. If I were to map out the perspective, so the front pointy part of our Blackbird here would be there. All right, we could do something like that. Gives you an opportunity maybe to look at the bottom. Our engine there. We've got our, what is that called? Aileron, whatever. Do we do this parked on the ground? I assume it has 3 wheels. I'm not sure, honestly, but how does the cockpit actually look? Okay, just gonna make sure. So the cockpit looks like that. Has anyone here actually been like on a flight in a fighter jet? I'm curious. I've never been inside one like during flight, but it'd be fun, I think. Let's make a selection. And I'm gonna scale this down, move it. It's part of our thumbnails here. So thumbnails super important in terms of, at least for me, if I'm sketching something different that I've never sketched, it's really hard to go from like 0 to, I'll just keep it real with you. It's hard to go from 0 to, you know, finished final. Actually, maybe the things go like that. Finished final sketch without some at least exploration and understanding of what the thing is. So that's the purpose of a thumbnail sketch like this. And you can even see the progression here from sketch 1 to the final sketch. And maybe we come back in, modify some stuff, add it in, shading here, contour lines. So don't be afraid to take some time to familiarize yourself with an object if you're going to be, you know, sketching it. So this pencil is great in the sense that, I mean, much like the pencil in Procreate, Apple Pencil, whatever, I can tilt, get my shade in, throw some shade on it. That's the summer hit for 2021, by the way. We had red on top, yellow on bottom. Don't fall asleep or you're gonna, I don't know what to say, but anyhow, so we're just having fun, people. We're just having fun. Hey, Lions, what's up? A flight simulator in their garage? That's crazy. Sometimes I like to change up my artwork and experiment. I think experimentation's great. That's where, like, for me, thumbnails like this, it's like low cost exploration, right? Try building that in VR in the same amount of time that we just kind of sketched it up, right? So it's not about the tools, and yeah, it sounds like I'm throwing shade on VR, but I'm not. It's just more like sometimes we think, oh, just because I'm using a certain tool means it's going to be that much easier. And it's like, no, it's not actually how it works. You kind of have to understand. You have to understand life and reality and how things work to really execute on a level. I think this placement's off, and again, always I will try and show you my mistakes, right, where things go wrong, but I do appreciate and like the gesture that's being expressed right there. So I'll keep that. How you doing today, Lions? We were talking earlier about streams, the economics of streams and getting other artists to join in, and I was like, I don't think I can responsibly ask that of my friends, but if any friends are watching and they're like, yeah, I want to teach some stuff, I'd be happy to hand you the reins one day. You can jump in and do this. It's not easy though, I'll tell you that. It's not easy, and it's not cheap. So right now I'm running, for example, I'm running 2 cameras in my studio. One is, well, let's see, I have an A7 III looking at my face. I mean, frankly, it's probably overkill, but I think the optics are way better than they have been in the past. So there's that. There's the microphone that I think is producing some better audio, and then the overhead camera. So 2 Sony A7 IIIs. Those run about, just for reference, they run about 2K a piece. Take care, Explosive Yoda. And then you have, let's do our final sketch painting speed thing down here. And then you've got the microphone, which is another $700 basically, with everything that needs to happen to make it work. So it's not just as simple as getting the microphone. You have to, let's see, I'm going to cut selection. Let's deselect. I wanted to do that on a separate layer. Let's paste selection. I'll make these sketches a little bit smaller, just a titch. So yeah, the microphone's another 700. The 2 cameras, the internet connection, the lights. You're looking at thousands of dollars of production equipment. So I do it because I love it. Because again, if I were to ask you, hey, Lines, will you come on my stream and I'll pay you 80 cents per hour? You'd probably be like, get the hell out of here. What are you talking about, man? Or maybe you'd be kind. I don't know. I mean, you're already modding, and I always tell you guys, Lions, Jordan, thank you so much. I do mean it, for stepping up and helping out. Alright, so we're sketching an SR71 Blackbird. That was the request. Oops, don't want to do that. Let's make it a little bit smaller here. And I was cheating a little bit, so I'm gonna now make a selection. One of my complaints, and they know this, I talked to the development team quite a bit, and design team, and I'm like, hey, here's some ideas to make this better. But I know they're working on introducing perspective tools. I don't care about those so much as I do about all right, let's get this engine in real quick. I don't care about those as much as I do about things like distort. I want there to be distort. There's no distort in the app right now, so there is that. Okay, let's go ahead and erase this. What's up, Marzi? Hello. So yeah, I don't really care about that, but I want there to be some sort of distort so I can take this and like tweak it. Still not necessary, but it's a nice to have for sure. It's for sure be nice to have. For sure, it's a nice to have. What are these lines? I can't tell what's happening. Let's look at some other pictures. Ooh. They're such beautiful aircraft. They really are, right? You've got this nice coarse shadow going down. We're going to do another quick speed paint of the... Oh, I shouldn't say speed, but it'll be a fast, loose painting, all right, based on my pencil drawing here. So that's my plan. Maybe some clouds underneath. But at least if all you catch is the drawing, hopefully you pick up on some technique here. I'm just using the base pencil in Adobe Fresco. I also have my own brush set if you are a product designer and you just want some tools that speak to your soul and resonate and make you feel good inside. I did that, so you can check those out. Contrast is our friend, remember? Let's be friends with contrast. Someone needs to write a contrast song for me, and then I'll play it every time I talk about contrast. And I will mention your link or whatever. But contrast is your friend. Contrast is your friend. Contrast is your friend. Don't be afraid to go darker. You can always whip out your marker. Hi, welcome to Sketchaday. For those who have never seen this before, I'm Spencer. I'm feeling a little silly today, but that's okay. It just means I'm in good spirits. All right, so maybe that's beginnings of our Blackbird, and I'm gonna duplicate this layer. Let's go ahead and group these two together, and I can turn that off now. And now now I can manipulate this, maybe rotate it a little bit, scale down, something like that. And I'll use this as the basis of my painting. Again, this will be available to patrons, the patron saints of Sketch. You guys. All right, let's get some values down. High flow, low mix. Why is it doing this? Oh, it's on watercolor. It's on nope. Oh, layer opacity, that's why. Okay, cool. So I just want to get some values down. Maybe shift to more of a blue. Then like a white. Or maybe something like that. And probably something in between. Let's see how we do. Okay. That works. So that gives me enough of a range, right? I can work with that. If you want to check out the full stream, if you're watching on Instagram, youtube.com/sketchaday.com, all right? Discord is full of such amazing... For real, like, there's people on the Discord. And I'm just like, holy crap, you are so amazing. I can think of Danny. If you guys don't know him, I'll post his Instagram link here. He's trying to stream as well. He's offering like full tutorials. I like to draw cars, but I'm not a car expert. Okay, I've always tried to tell you that. For me, it's more about technique, perspective, proportion, things like that. But if you're interested, check him out, show him some love, give him some support. He's got full tutorials on gumroad.com if you want to sign up for that, if you want to support. I'm a big believer in supporting creators, so if you like what we do, and not just me but others, pitch in, pitch in, do something. Felix says 80 cents, you do it for sure. All right, Felix, if you want to take over the stream one day for 80 cents for the hour, I will gladly pay you. For me, it's a tax write-off, but holy crap, I mean, it's kind of a lot. So all right, let's put this sketch above because I want to kind of be able to see what I'm doing here. Let's just block in some color, and again, we're gonna keep it loose, keep it fast as a sketch. We'll do, actually, maybe what I'll do here, let's add a new layer, and let's go ahead and try to decide if I want to fill. Yeah, let's just fill with pixels, and I'm gonna pick this blue and just fill with pixels. Okay, so we have a nice base layer, which is what I didn't do with the Mini Cooper. Actually, I want this to be less purple. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So now I can just jump in, pick my purple again, jump back to my brush, and now just paint in what I want here, and think about, what's reflecting and where. All that good stuff. All the good, my goodies. I got that goodies. I like PD Pablo. You remember PD Pablo? North Carolina, come on and raise up. And then he disappeared. No one knows. Where is PD Pablo? Latrice? Do you know? Were you a PD Pablo fan? Where did he go? You know who I miss and I'm disappointed is not really around? Andre 3000 of Outcast. You guys know who that is, right? I miss him. So I recently suggested a feature to the dev team. I don't even know if I can say this, but I'm going to say it. I suggested a feature to them. So you know how you have this touch shortcut? What if you could swipe, tap and swipe up or down and get a value shift in your brush? I think it'd be pretty handy. What do you guys think? Let's do some live feedback. So if you're like me and you're painting and you're essentially just trying to just get some value shift in your work, but you could imagine if you could just quickly, just what I did right there, right? I just pick some value, and now I'm like, okay, I need some contrast. Cool. I'm gonna put down some paint strokes here and there. Just work real fast. But if you could just tap on the screen and do it, I think it'd be kind of handy, right? Or am I crazy? Am I? I feel like I'm not, but anyhow, I suggested it to them. So again, I do not speak for Adobe. I'm not officially employed by Adobe. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt and know that I'm not suggesting that this is a feature at all. I wonder if anyone from Procreate's actually watching. That'd be interesting. I doubt it though, because they're actually based in Australia. I've done work for them in the past. But that was before I had my whole existential crisis about life. My head is hot again. Got a hot head, so I'm gonna take this hat off All right, let's keep going. Woo! Sketchbook has something like that using their lagoon. Yeah, like a quick select. I know there's on the loop, it does give you a variance in the colors you can pick. Like you can go left to right. So maybe the loop's not the best way to do it. I like the idea of being able to swipe up and down and pick some stuff. All right, pick some colors. Okay, I'm taking a little mental break. In case you guys are wondering, I've been streaming now for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Not quite as long as Sunday stream, but I am fine going this long. It's just I've got to like pace myself. I really do. All right, let's keep going. So let's just fill in here. And I don't know if you noticed, but I'm trying to capture some of the blue sky tones as we go. Right, so kind of hit some spots here. It's fun. I love painting. It's just satisfying, and I've been able to kind of develop more confidence doing it, and I plan on doing more of it. Behind the scenes, at least, I've been practicing. It's not something I've typically done live here with you guys, but it is fun. At least I think so. Let's go a little bit deeper and darker with our color. So this is using the live brushes available in Adobe Fresco. Adobe Fresco is completely free, so if you're interested and you just want to paint and try some stuff out, jump right in, do it. And like, again, for being a completely free app, I think it is pretty awesome. Right? So it's such a beautiful aircraft, I feel like. Let's do something interesting here. Let's play a little bit with how the shapes interplay with each other. There. Reflections, whatnot. I know it's not like a super shiny aircraft, but I do want to capture the sky tone at least reflecting in. We'll do some clouds. Clouds. Do you guys watch I'm thinking of Klaus from Umbrella Academy, which I resisted watching for a very long time because I thought it was just going to be an X-Men knockoff, but it turns out one of my favorite musicians, at least when I'm angry, is the writer behind Umbrella Academy. Did you guys know that? My Chemical Romance, the lead singer, is actually behind Umbrella Academy. Kind of crazy. At least the storyline and all that, so pretty cool. I forgot his name. Forgive me. Forgive me, YouTube, for I've sinned. Alright. I think I can hide these colors now, and then let's do just a quick overall this background. I'm going to use the chunky oil paint. Again, lower my mix, up my flow, up my size here. Like real big. So I've got this chunky oil paint. Should we do, I mean, we could do, since it's a new layer, actually, I can make another layer. We could do a patchwork of fields and farms underneath. You know, when you're like flying, I guess you wouldn't. Would you really see the horizon? Let me think about this one. It's more like you would see a patchwork of arms here. Depends on the orientation of the plane, really. But I kind of like what's happening here, so I think I'm gonna roll with it. I think I am gonna roll with it, and then we could do like, let's reduce the size. Just you know, you kind of get these, like, if you've ever been in a plane, anyways, you get these real cool. I'm thinking of actually the Postal Service song. Is this Such Great Heights? I'm trying to remember this. I'm thinking it's a sign that the freckles in our eyes are mirror images, and when we kiss they're perfectly aligned. Anyhow, so maybe the orientation of this is different, like it's like, you know, taking off. So in that case, we would erase, or I would erase a little bit of this here, like so, but I like erasing a little bit of the perimeter as well. Right, so it's like taking off above here, closer to the horizon. We're gonna have, it really just depends, but you could have, you know, hills and whatnot. I'm gonna use the HSB. Let's go brightness, real bright. Yeah. So you could have some sort of hills, and then certainly, I'm gonna pick this blue, and then let's go less saturated as we get to the horizon. Create a little bit of a mix here, a little bit of a blend. And it's like, you know, taking off. I'm using sound effects to kind of help me out, but it's taking off, right? So you probably have, or we would have rather, some sort of patchwork, like fields and whatnot. It's a little too dark. So maybe something like that. I need to look at let's see, farm aerial view. I need to look at some images here and see if I can try and create the effect or sensation of, you know, farms from an aerial view. It'd certainly help. Let's just put down some tone. So now you can kind of see, hopefully at least, you've got the juxtaposition here. I know these don't necessarily operate at a certain altitude, meaning they tend to be, because they are spycraft basically, they tend to be at a certain altitude, but do something like this, right? So Sketchaday Live, thanks for joining. We are doing an SR72 Blackbird here. The request was to kind of do one of these, so I'm trying to create a little bit of a patchwork of farms. I'm trying to think, is this Such Great Heights? Or is it? No, it's Recycled Air is the name of the song. So if you want to listen to it, I can post a link to the Spotify. But that's the song that's like playing in my head right now. So I'll share that with you if you care to listen. All right, let's see. Let's copy this link. If you do have Spotify, copy song link. You guys can check it out. Umbrella Academy is so good. Like the end of season 2, I was like, holy crap, what? What just happened? It's so insane. Yeah, I think quick adjust tool, Felix, I will agree with you. It's in need of some sort of quick adjust tool for sure. So as we approach, this atmospheric perspective, I'm gonna kind of fade out just with a few strokes here. But again, this is Fresco's brush engine. I know a bit of the technical behind the scenes of the brush engines. I'm not gonna divulge that here, but I'll just say that if you've used Photoshop and you've painted in Photoshop, you will be happy using Fresco, okay? I'll just say that. So keep it loose, keep it light. You'll be happy. It's pretty freaking amazing that they do offer this. So if you're curious, you want to play with it, again, free, completely free. So yeah, I'm gonna text your comment actually, Felix, to my friend. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna text it to someone on. I'm literally texting this right now to someone on the design team. All right, there you go. You have been shared with someone on the Adobe team. All right, so let's just finish up our quick paint here. All right, I do want to play with, one of my hopes was I wanted to get to play with some different brushes here as well. All right, perspective, more saturation means closer up, right? So as we kind of launch here, I'm using sound effects again, but as we kind of launch here, I'm going to up the paint mix and lower the flow so I can create a little bit of a blend. I'm going to have to, let's see if this will work. Yeah. Okay. So the direction with which you paint too is actually going to affect how the colors show up here. All right, but I wanted to not just have that plain blue background. So now at least I have that, have that gradient a little bit. So are you guys gonna get the new AirPods Max? I'm curious. Do you have an extra $500 to $700 lying around? Felix says, my consultancy rate is 80 cents per hour, US dollars. Wow. Yeah, so like I said, I mean, let me know also if the audio is too loud. I made some changes based on Sunday's stream. I tried to lower the audio just a little bit, at least locally here. So let me know if it's peaking. Peaking just means or peaking or clipping just means that it's if I'm too close to the mic and I'm talking, it's like. All right, so let's switch here. I'm gonna use some of these other brushes. So there's these rakes which I really like. All Right, so if we want to texture, for example, the ground, I could take a darker green or lighter green, just depends on what you want to do. And then now, on top of the oils that we did, essentially just create a bit of a texture here, right? So we can kind of do that. Maybe take some of these colors. Rake through there. But you can also use it, for example, on the Blackbird itself. And just give that a little bit of a rake. We can do that. It's nice. It's good. It's good. Or halftone or whatever creative thing you want to do, man. Like, I used to be so picky when it comes to, or comes to, anyhow, technique and like what to do, when to do, how to do it. And it's like, no, who cares? Just do whatever works for you. That is what I will advocate for forever until the end of time. All right. Why is this not working? Okay. I want like a pure white. Yeah, I want like a pure white, so I think I'm gonna have to make a new layer and then now go to these other brushes. This is a pressure rake. Let's see what this one does. Right, if you never try a brush, you'll never understand how it works. You won't grow, right? So try something new, see how it works. It's kind of cool. Got this like cloud effect here, like that. Happy little contrails. Happy little contrails here. All right, keep it loose. Play with stuff, decide what you like, and just run with it. Pretty simple. At least I feel like. Okay, so there's our SR72. Probably do some more work on it if I wanted to, which I'm going to. And then someone's gonna say, "Ah, you said you were done, and you are not done, good sir." And I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm not done. Of course I'm not done. How dare you? Of course." Oh, that feels kind of thick now, but everybody's into thick these days, so why not? Why not lean into the thick? You might say I'm in the thick of it. All right, so there's my there's my SR92. I'm starting to feel giddy, which means I need to take a break, but I might be back later. I'm seriously considering it, so let's go to my favorites, Inker, and I'm gonna go dark for my signature. So yes, in Procreate, you can export. So if I go to export, wait, I don't want to do a quick export. Export, publish and export. I can do a time-lapse export, okay? And I can play that back, and you guys will see everything I did today. Pretty cool. So it's a lot like other apps, yes, but a big selling point for me is I don't have to think about or worry about, hey, is my file backed up? What am I going to do if I get a new iPad? If I switch to my desktop, how can I get access to these other things? Right? So So yeah, that is for sure for me a big benefit. Plus the app is free. Okay, the app is absolutely free. So, all right, quick recap of what we did. Can I skip forward on this? I can't. All right, I'll have to give them that feedback. I will give them that feedback. But Felix, your feedback has been noted by Adobe. Let's see. Okay, so can I even say this? I don't know if I can say this. I'll just say that your feedback has been received and it is noted. Cool. So that's kind of cool. I have that connection there for you. All right, so we did the SR71 Blackbird. Now it's saving, it's backed up. We also did the quick speeder here with watercolor brushes. So that's a Star Wars style hoverbike speeder. And then also did this quick Mini Cooper speed painting. So if you love painting, jump into Fresco, try it out. I do have my brushes of my own. Latrice, sorry I missed your comment. I'm a fan of Andre 3000. Yes, he's so good. He's so good. So good. So yeah, those are our sketches today. Available to patrons if you want to download, mess with, manipulate, print, whatever you want to do, man. You don't have to tell me how weird it is, but whatever you want to do, those files will be available to patrons and channel members. So check it out. I'm gonna go obliterate some burgers, lettuce wrapped, right now, and enjoy the rest of my day. If you have learned something, like I said, if you've learned something, if you value the stream, I appreciate your support, for being here, for hanging out, for chilling. I will update the thumbnail and kind of key points in the stream to point you to. Say that 10 times fast. But I will do that after the stream's over. You can download the files, check it out. I'll be back tomorrow. I've already posted that one. We're just gonna be painting and chatting, or drawing and chatting, whatever. So if you want to see products, characters, life, if you want to talk about advice, I'm happy to do all that. So I'll be back. And remember, passion is the process, guys. Passion is the process. And what I mean by that is, if you love drawing, keep drawing. Keep pushing yourself, keep learning, stay hungry, and as Steve Jobs said, stay foolish. Take care, have a happy Tuesday, because it is Tuesday, and I'll see you guys next time right here on Sketchaday.